WWL-TV. The spirit of Louisiana. This is Louisiana's news leader. Channel 4's Eyewitness Morning News.
It's that time of year when all those cakes, pies, and candy just seem to magically appear in the office and around the house. They're kind of tough to resist, and Julie Sauviac, a dietitian with the Touro Hospital, is here to talk about why resistance is good and to show us how much sugar we should be eating and how much we actually eat. You might be surprised. And Julie, thanks for coming in. This is a time of year where people are looking for their pecan pie and they're looking for the sweet potato pie and pound cake and all of that.
Right.
Is it okay to just splurge on during the holidays, or is that something we should be concerned about all year?
We can definitely indulge in some of our favorite desserts and holiday recipes, but you still want to watch how much sugar you're having.
And you have an example of how much sugar, how much does the ordinary American consume on a daily basis?
Well, on average, Americans are consuming 22 teaspoons of sugar per day. Now, this is giving us...
That's the big pile.
The big pile. That's giving us an extra 350 calories in our diet. Now, the American Heart Association recommends that women limit their sugar intake to 6 teaspoons per day.
That's that middle pile. I'm going to get that in a slice of pecan pie. Okay, but they
probably
say
more.
6 teaspoons a day is what a woman should have.
For women. Now that's limiting to 6 teaspoons. And for men, it would be 9 teaspoons per day. So you can see that's about 3 times the recommended amount what we're getting.
And we're not just talking about sugar that you have on the counter. You get sugar from a variety of sources.
Yeah, sugar comes in all foods, drinks, beverages. But all sugar, whether it's natural or processed, is a form of carbohydrate that we use in our body for energy and fuel. But we want to consume sugar that occurs naturally in foods, which would be our fruits, vegetables, milks, and ideally your whole grain foods.
So taking it from those sources, from your fruit and your vegetables and your whole grain foods, that doesn't count into the 22 teaspoons a day of sugar, or is that?
No, this is referring to added sugar. We want to get sugar. About half of your calories a day should come from carbohydrates, which would be the fruits, vegetables, and whole grains.
And why should we be concerned about overindulging in processed sugar?
Well, a high intake of sugar can contribute to dental cavities, overall poor nutrition. It can lead to weight gain, obesity. It can also increase our risk for heart disease as it increases your triglyceride levels and your bad cholesterol, LDL. So lots of negative health consequences. And
you can find sugar in all kinds of foods that you might not think of having a lot of sugar.
Oh,
and you brought in some examples of that.
Right. Here I have a few examples of some common foods that are surprisingly high in sugar. Spaghetti sauce, frequent dinner choice, usually mother and kid approved, yet 1 cup has as much sugar as women's total daily intake.
1 cup?
1 cup.
So you have to read your labels then?
Definitely. And actually, the serving size for spaghetti is half a cup, but let's be realistic. Who eats just half a cup of spaghetti sauce?
I don't think so, not me. And then also, what about the sugar substitutes? What should we be looking for in a sugar substitute?
Sugar substitutes are all FDA approved. Here, I have a few commonly used substitutes that you can use to sweeten your beverages or use in your foods. Also great to use in some of those holiday desserts that are coming up. Great to cook with.
And so they're all the same, just choose by taste. What about the low or no sugar desserts that are available, the sugar-free desserts?
Well, sugar-free desserts like cookies, things like that are good options, but they can be a little deceiving, especially for people who have diabetes. Sugar-free just means no sugar was added during the cooking process. However, many of these foods like sugar-free cookies, the sugar-free breads, are still made from ingredients such as flour that are natural sugars. So you want to remember that sugar-free doesn't mean carbohydrate-free.
So in reading the label, what should you be looking for on those sugar-free packages?
Well, the first thing you always want to do when you're reading the label is look for sugars. Now, sugar will be listed under total carbohydrates. Now, that sugar is going to be both natural sugar and added sugar. So unless a product is made from milk or fruit, then we know all that sugar is added. Just a general tip, try to find foods that have less than 8 grams of sugar. Second thing to look at would be ingredients. Now, the ingredients are listed in descending order of use by weight. So if we see sugar as one of those top 5 ingredients, then we know it has a lot of added sugar.
Well, Julie Sauviac, a lot of good information just in time for the holidays. Thank you very much.
Well,
Happy holidays to you and your family. And it's not just sugar you need to worry about in a healthy diet. To learn all the keys of eating healthy New Orleans style, you can take in a free class that Touro is offering on the first Thursday of each month from 6 to 7. For more information about that and to register, you can call this number 897-8500 or visit touro.com/eatwell.